The only reason why you're staying is because you're selfish. You want the person. That's why you don't want other women to look at him. You don't want any other thing. You're selfish.
But guys, the minute a girl even looks at a guy, is over. We're breaking up.
That's cheating. That's cheating.
And sometimes she might not feel comfortable. Like she knows these his friends, they're not serious. They'll probably influence him. Do you understand?
I mirror all the activities that this boy does. Now she's watching football. I see her with the Arsenal jersey.
Where's your woman? Where's your woman? Where's your woman? Where's your woman?
wife? See your
Are you
mate,
why
see
you're
your
calling
mate, see your
in
mate.
midnight and your phone has not buzzed?
Because she's the one picking the men. There's gonna be many men
Hey,
applying.
uncle, Ejo, me.
Yeah,
I
she
pick
be
my
like,
women,
okay,
so I
like
pick my
when she's
women.
bored.
They said you bet a fish you've caught.
Hi guys, welcome. Alright, hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. This is my first series where we talk about like just random stuff, you know, relevant topics in our generation. And I'm joined by my friends. Can you guys introduce yourselves?
Tunde.
Eva.
Olayinka.
Happy.
Victor.
Danielle.
Klaus.
Latifa.
Alright, so for the first topic, we're just going to jump into it. So I came across this tweet on Twitter.
Don't be Facebook.
So basically, the tweet was, mind you, this is coming from a female person, a girl, and she said, men sacrifice their happiness in relationships way more than women do. And, you know, it was a little surprising that it came from a girl, especially because in the comments, like most of the girls were like, it's cap. And then a lot of the guys were like, you know, we're not ready for this conversation. So I want to know what you guys think. And so we have guys here, we have girls here. So I guess we'll see what everyone has to say. But
Vic, what do you have to say?
The host, yeah. Let's hear what you think.
Why did you run away?
No, I'm here. Always. I'm here always. But go ahead and start. Let's hear what you think.
When you saw it, what was your reaction? Like, what was like? Do you think it was true? Is it a lie?
so the thing is, there's different perspectives, right? So when I look at marriages, like our parents, I see that most times the women are sacrificing their happiness more. You know, they are catering to their husbands. They are, you know, sacrificing their own needs most times to please the husbands. But in our, you know, like young people, our own generation, I'm not too sure. I mean, I have personally been in only one relationship ever. But me, I think personally that females do sacrifice their happiness more. But I'm open to hearing what you guys have to say because a lot of guys are saying we're not ready for that conversation. So let's start the conversation. Let's see.
He's ready.
No, I just had a question
Yeah.
first. Like, so when you said our mothers and whatnot, right? There is sacrificing happiness and just making sacrifices, right? Like you're making sacrifices to like your kids and stuff. That's just sacrifice. Like you can't be in a relationship without sacrifice.
Yeah.
Like so there's sacrifice and there's sacrificing happiness.
Right.
So that's my point. I don't know. Like it's because you have to make sacrifices in a relationship no matter what, right? Like you can't just be in a relationship and be like just be go lucky. So I think for our parents, I think it's more of they made sacrifices. And one thing I used to say is like if you say you want to have kids, you get what comes with it, right? You can't say you want to have kids and you just be, I mean, if you really want to be in their lives, you have to make commitments, right? So you can't come later and say, oh, I sacrificed myself for my kids.
Well, but does this question pertain to specifically to relationships and not children?
Not true. No, I'm just saying like the idea is if you make sacrifices, you can't, like for the marriage stuff, it's more of like you're making a sacrifice, not sacrificing your happiness. Like if you want kids, whatever comes with it is like it's a package. Like you can't say I want kids, but I just want the children without putting effort into it, right?
Oh.
But for you, and then back to the original question about sacrificing happiness, it's what's like for you, you said you did it. Like what? Give us an example of what you sacrificed. Like okay, like this thing makes you happy, but I had to let it go because of this guy. And that's my point because you have to make sacrifices, right? I'm just saying she said she has done it before.
But can I say something though? I mean, when it comes to kids and like marriages and stuff, both parties have to make sacrifices. It just looks different, right? But so that one is different. Like making sacrifices is different, but sacrificing your own happiness.
Yeah.
Most times I see that it's on the like wife.
So that's what I'm trying to say. Like, okay, just give. Like you said, you've gone through it. Just give an example of I enjoy doing this thing, but because I'm dating this guy, I have to give it up.
Okay,
I have a lot. Go ahead. How many
You
examples
have
do
to
you
make
want?
sacrifices,
How
like.
many examples do you want?
give the important ones.
Okay.
Top ones, yeah.
So like when you're in a relationship sometimes, especially like you know the type of person that you are. Me, I like to argue. Everybody that knows me, they know I like to argue. For the sake of peace. Because arguing makes me happy. For the sake of peace. In some of my relationships, I'll just be quiet. Things that would rile me up and make me like say things, I'll just be quiet just for the sake of peace. So I'm sacrificing my own happiness in the sense.
That's
This is that point where they put that meme that says I like violence or like you literally enjoy it.
No, to be honest, so that's one thing, and another thing is like certain things like I wouldn't even like to eat, or certain things that I would like to eat because my exes would not like to eat that. We will go to the restaurants that they want to go to and like eat the foods that they like. So I'm sacrificing some of the things that I like just because.
So most times
that-
we would make the decision.
But is that happiness though? Picking restaurants over another restaurant. Food is, but tomorrow you can go there and be happy again. Tomorrow you can go to the restaurant and carry your happiness where you left it.
You have to make compromise in a relationship,
Yeah, but I
right?
feel like there's certain things that you maybe enjoy doing, right? Let's say you enjoy roller skating, and that's something that you do on a frequent basis, but your significant other is not really interested in roller skating, and now for peace sake or for sacrificing your own happiness, you have to kind of stop skating. Just because you want to.
Why do you have to stop?
There's 24 hours in one
That's
day.
basically what you say.
You can't find time to skate.
So that's why I think boys will say they're not ready for this conversation. Because for boys, it's like if I'm dating someone and before I started dating you, you used to enjoy roller skating, and I saw you roller skating, and I started dating you. In no right sense of my will, I expect you to stop. I'm not going to go with you. You cannot force me to go with you.
Okay, then what does it look
Wait,
like to
no.
sacrifice your own happiness?
I'm not
then
saying
in a
you cannot.
situation like
No,
this?
I will support you. You can't force me. Like I will, maybe some days, maybe once every 4 months. I can say.
Whoa!
I'm just saying. I mean, I'm just saying. Like it's not a thing for me, right? I'll go and cheer you up, right?
Can I talk?
Oh, you sure?
Sorry, you go.
Oh yeah. So like that whole idea of sacrificing your happiness, like why? Why would you sacrifice your happiness? Like if you're with someone that knows the things that makes you happy, they'll support you in it.
No, that's
Like there
so
should
easy
not.
to say.
You cannot be with someone and be like, okay, you're with someone, right? You know that person loves to drink, right? And you come into that person's life like you should start drinking water only from now on. Why are you doing that?
Easy to say, but when you're in need, to be honest, you guys, when you're in need, it doesn't work.
that is very easy to pick out, like if you're looking at it retrospectively. But like if you're actively talking to this person and you don't know they actually have a drinking problem, right? Maybe let's say just an example. I've never had this. I've never had this.
Like to drink.
Yeah, well, like I'm saying if you're in there, right, and like you like other things about that person, like you can easily start making compromises in your head, saying that's not too bad, right? And then like you allow that because you really like the person, and then over time it starts getting bad and bad and bad, and like you're realizing, oh, okay, shit, I should have stopped this from the onset.
So you're
But now it's
co-signing and not like sacrificing.
Exactly.
Got it.
And going off of what Tabby said, the whole roller skating thing, like it's almost like you're sacrificing your own happiness, because sometimes, let's say you go roller skating with your friends, or you don't always go by yourself, but now you're dating this person and they've taken like a huge part of your life, and they don't go with you. You kind of like low-key slowly stop going roller skating. It's almost like a sacrifice.
You are the one stopping yourself. No one is stopping you here. You're the one
That is why you guys are not ready for That is why you guys are not ready for
Guys, can I intervene real quick? Because a lot of this is interesting, you know? I think the one thing that we need to address is that sometimes women intentionally kind of like, let's say you're dating someone, right? Suddenly, like, you're trying to, like, kind of mirror everything they do, and they don't kind of reciprocate that, you know? And I think that's the issue. Let's be real here. Because all the guys are like, whoa, you're not roller skating anymore. Why are you? But the reality is, like, I'm not sure what it is, but, like, I've definitely, you know, personally, like, I've never dated anyone, but all my, like, girlfriends and stuff, like, I've seen scenarios where they essentially, like, stop doing all the stuff they like, and they mirror all the activities that this boy does. Now she's watching football. I see her with the Arsenal jersey. It's like, what is happening, you know? But it's like, let's talk about it. I think that's the thing, and a lot of guys don't necessarily, like, realize that. And I think that's also the thing for women to do, is to kind of, like, keep yourself in check, you know? Do you really like this? Are you just doing it because you like him? It's like, if you like drinking, if you like roller skating, do it regardless of whether or not you're dating him or not, you know? And I think that's where we struggle, and then women are going to complain and be like, oh, like, I gave up all this for guys, and all the guys are going to be like, did I tell you to stop? Exactly, did I tell you? Bro! Let's be honest, too, because it's like a, you know, and you guys be understanding of that as well, you know? If you meet a woman and she likes roller skating, suddenly she stops roller skating, tell her, auntie, go roller skate now. You know, stop.
I'm gonna piggyback on what Ava said. I feel like in relationships, you have to have like you have to be an individual.
Right.
Like, I get you're a couple, but you have to be your own person and do your own thing. And like, just from past experiences, I love badminton, but it's hard to find like badminton here. And like, I wouldn't go out my way. I like it, but I wouldn't go out my way because I don't have a car to drive there. But like, my partner would be like, hey, like, I know you like badminton. Every week, every Thursday, let's go play badminton. And if he doesn't want to play with me, I can play with my friends. I can go play with a stranger, you know, a challenge. And like, I just feel like you just have to understand you're an individual. Yes, it would be nice if the guy reciprocated the, oh, you know, you like this, I'll do this, or you're giving up this, I'm giving up this. Like, I agree with Yinka too, like, sacrifices doesn't mean you're sacrificing your happiness. But to answer your question, like, guys over girls, I think girls are more emotional. So I feel like there's a higher chance of girls sacrificing their happiness because they could, like, you know, maybe the guys aren't romantic, they're not consistent, they're cheating, they're doing something they don't like, but like, oh, but I love him, I'm gonna stay. But guys, the minute a girl even looks at a guy, is over. Like, we're breaking up.
That's cheating. That's cheating. That's cheating.
So it's like girls are like attached, like they're like, oh, I'm gonna stick by my man no matter what. But guys are just like, they think with their brain versus girls think with their heart. And I just feel like I can see a girl sacrificing their happiness more than a guy would.
Yeah, and can we talk about, sorry, I'm like that one person, but can we talk about like our upbringing, because we're all Africans, right? And like, as a woman, what do you, like, it feels like, I don't know about you guys, but all my aunties are like, oh, where's your man? It's like, I just finished school, you know? It's like, I feel like a lot of times, like, women were valued, I guess, I don't know how to phrase this, but there's a lot of importance on dating, you know, finding the person, all that stuff. But guys, you guys are enjoying yourself. When did your auntie or uncle ask you last?
Yes,
I was in Nigeria for 2 weeks, every single day. Every single day. Where's your man? Woman, where's your woman? Where's your woman? Where's your woman? Are you not calling in midnight? And your phone has not buzzed. You don't talk to anybody. Would you see you bringing anybody home? Your phone is not ringing. Bro, every single day. When I was going back, God will provide the wife for you. Come back home soon and do it. I'm like, bro, like, I just came up every single. I don't think it's like once you. I think one thing parents look at is like Africans, we live very sequential lives. Like it's primary school, secondary school, university. Get a good job, get an apartment. That's leave your parents' house. Get married. That's it. It's very. So once you get a good job and they think you can fend for yourself, the next thing. I remember I used to tell people this, like when I got my job, I called I just finished talking to the recruiter, right? And I called my mom like, Mom, I just got this great job, yada 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 yada. I was 24 and some months. My mom was like, before you're 25, you bring wife. And I'm like, that's 9 months away. I don't have a girlfriend. Like, the math is not mathing, like, bro. And I'm like that's not the point. Like, I just got but the idea is, I think it doesn't matter if you're a girl or a guy. I think guys, we have more leeway because we can be, in quotes, rude to them. Like, we tend to be like more rebellious. Like, we can just go whatever. Like,
and also guys don't really have the time.
We do. I mean, there's a stuff of like, even as a guy, the younger you give birth, the tendency that your children are healthier. Like, it's just a thing. Both guys and girls, it doesn't matter,
yeah, but
right?
In general, at least you can still.
We can still do it at any point in our life. Yeah, but I think I don't think it's anything age. Like, I think girls. I mean, the biological, but they're not lying about the biological stuff though. Like, when they want girls to get married fast, they're not lying about it. So
I actually want to ask a question really quick. So I know you guys agree, right? that guys? Do you guys actually? Let me even ask. Do you guys agree
No,
that guys sacrifice their their happiness more?
That guys sacrifice.
I don't more.
I think
So you
everyone
know-
makes sacrifices.
Boys are selfish.
In general, sacrificing their happiness more.
Guys, listen to what Yinka has to say. He's got
I said men are selfish.
There we
Like,
go.
we
So
choose ourselves.
I was like, hey, just in case.
Human beings, no,
I mean, I choose myself.
No, I'm saying
Human
human beings are selfish. And I think
are selfish.
sure,
That's what
guys are selfish. I think a lot of this like this polar thing is like we're all like still human beings. Like we definitely still the things you said about like African people, parents like giving pressure to women happens to men too. The thing about sacrifices happens to men too. But then I'll be honest, my perspective is purely a man's. Like everything, like life is hitting at me. I'm thinking, why do men always have to do this? Why is it happening to men? This and that. Like I live a man's life. That's just how it is for me. And women as well. You all live women's lives, and that's how it happens for you. So the problem that's highlighted right in front of you is women's problems, while mine is men's problems. Yes, it takes that extra step to like start to recognize the problem of the other person. That's like the break of like breaking out of like your own selfishness and like looking at someone else's perspective. But the truth is like my day-to-day problems are men's problems, and they're very big in my eyes. And I'm sure the women's problems looks big in their eyes. That's why like a lot of times I don't like polarize these things. I don't think men cheat more or men sacrifice more. These things are happening to us, and we're like human beings living this life, just trying to, you know.
That's a very strong point. Wow.
About the selfish stuff also, I mean, one of the reasons women stay is because you're technically selfish also. You want the person. That's your selfish reason for staying.
Is that selfish?
It is a selfish reason. The reason why you're doing all of these things is you want the person. If you didn't want, the day you're done, you will leave. You don't care. Like the day you're done, like you mentally check, you're done, you're leaving. The only reason why you're staying is because you're selfish. You want the person. That's why you don't want other women to look at him. You don't want any other thing. You're selfish. And it is a very selfish reason. That's why you're mirroring him. You're trying to be in his face. You're like, you're selfish. Like everybody's selfish.
But we don't even know when we're
The only difference is, men, I think me as a guy, I'll choose myself. I'm not even going to, I choose myself. Bro.
But don't you, okay, that being said, don't you think that there's positive selfishness?
There's no
because sometimes
like what she was saying, like choosing to leave a toxic relationship is positive selfishness.
That was my example.
Like choosing to leave a toxic
sometimes you're in
relationship
situations like for your own good, you have to leave.
Makes you feel good.
Yeah.
So because of selfishness, are you willing to stay and sacrifice? I mean, get to the point where you're gonna die or something. Like,
Yeah, and that's my point. I will choose myself. So if I see someone I like, and even like whatever, but it makes me happy, I'll keep doing it. But it's still a selfish reason. It doesn't matter if it's positive, if it's negative, I will keep doing it, right? Because it makes me feel good. And in the end, like we're kind of mid-hedonists, right? We want to feel good. You want to be happy. We want to have a reason to wake up every morning and see like, oh, there's a, like you get like, so me chasing someone and trying to mirror the person, buying gifts or doing whatever, it's to make me feel good. I mean, seeing the person happy makes me happy also, or whatever reason, right? It's like, but it's still a selfish reason. And even women, the reason why you stay, it's a selfish reason also. Like it's like, I want him to be mine. So whatever it takes, I will do. I mean, maybe you people go the extra mile and be doing stuff, whatever, but it's still a
this is one question I kind of have. Like, I feel like it's going to help us even address your question even like better, which is, what are the things that men typically sacrifice for
That's
happiness?
what I was going to ask.
And then what are the things that women typically sacrifice for
happiness?
So I feel like if we can get the least, then we can wait and say who actually sacrifices.
Question under that. So my question is, don't lie. Let's
Then be careful what kind of question you're asking. We all have employers.
Look at me. I don't.
So let's be honest, right? Guys have a tendency to want to be, out there on the streets, like, get validation.
Right.
Let's not lie.
I like how
Let's not generalize though. Let's not generalize.
Let's
No, in general. I can't speak for every situation, right? But in general, like the general consensus is that guys usually like tend to want to be in, want to be in the streets. They want to talk to girls. So if guys are in a relationship, most times they feel like they're tied down. And they feel like, sometimes in relationships, like you can't do the normal things you used to do when you were single. You can't go out to the club every night and like
I know married men that do, so
okay, but that's not the that's not the normal thing to do. Like obviously, would you be happy with like your girlfriend or whatever, knowing that you're going to the club and talking to other babes?
Oh no, don't
Do you
talk,
get-
but you could go to the club. Yeah, talk to.
No, you can go to-
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, but if
But
your
as a
baby's
married
there,
man,
if your baby's there,
would
with
you-
you,
We just go
to
there
that
to
baby.
dance.
As a married man, would I go to the club? Yeah, we
No,
go there to
no,
dance.
in a relationship though.
If
I'm
I'm in
saying
a
in your
relationship,
present
yeah, I go
state,
to the club and
dance with other babes.
No, you go to the club. You
That's not normal.
I can go to the club single. I
That's
still
not
not dance.
normal. I don't know about that. It's normal. It's not normal.
I'm having a good time. Loud music, like it's good.
Okay,
My
but
boys are
let
there.
me
We're
land
taking
my
shots.
question.
Yeah, it's not always to talk to them. That's the plus. It just
Club
happen.
is not big. Club is good time with friends.
Yeah.
Okay, but let me land my question.
Before the JZBs come.
Let me land my question though. So, but guys naturally they just want, to be able to, they want to know that they still have game, right?
No.
You should want to feel free. That's like the general thing. So if you're in a relationship now and you're feeling like if I go for this guy's trip now, if I go for this boy's trip, she'll be feeling somehow. Or if I go for this,
But did you lie?
if I go to this,
Keep going.
because I mean, the boys' trip, there's a what's it called?
Stigma.
There's a stigma against boys' trip because you know what happens in most boys'
Even the girls trip
It's
too.
an insecurity.
Thought I was feeling. Oh yeah, when none of them post, they all go to Tulum and nobody posts. They are cheating. They are cheating.
What Abby is saying is heavy. Because say it again.
I'm just saying it's an insecurity issue on the woman's part. If they feel like if my dude goes on a trip, then he's gonna do X, Y, Z. You can't control what he's gonna do.
No, that's true. But I'm just saying, sorry. But there's like a general, you don't, as a guy, you feel like if you're going for a boys' trip, before, even when you're single, you can just go. You don't have to ask anybody. But now you're in a relationship, a serious relationship, you have to talk to your babe and stuff like that. And sometimes she might not feel comfortable. She knows, these his friends, they're not serious. They'll probably influence him. Do you understand? So sometimes she might feel
You have to surround yourself with honest men
assumptions
like these guys. So
I mean, okay, so many assumptions.
I understand. We live life.
Fair enough, but guys like to live life.
Anyway,
I don't
I'm
know.
going to be the
So I'm
track. I'm going to be the track of the
women.
But I'm
point.
saying when guys are feeling like they're restricted from things like that, do you think that's where most of the sacrifice happens?
Does that have to do with happiness though?
Yes, because guys want to go on boys' trip, right? They want to go to the club.
They can go on the boys'
None
trip.
of
They can
that
go to
should
a club.
stop.
Just
None of
don't
that should
cheat.
stop.
Exactly.
Just
keep
do
your
everything
hands
but
to
in
yourself.
moderate. You don't have to go to the club
No,
every
you can't do
weekend
the
now.
same-
Like you can go to the weekend, like you
But
go once in a while.
some guys want to.
And if some
some
guys
guys
want to
still
go to the
want
club,
to.
then go. Your girl knows what you are doing before she decides to date you. You go to the club every weekend, then you go to the club every weekend now.
Just don't date a party promoter.
Exactly. See, that's the thing. See,
Don't get a man and change it.
Exactly.
You can't control who you fall in
nobody
love
to
with.
blame but yourself.
Well, but still you
That
can't
whole-
control who you fall in love
Oh,
with.
is someone speaking?
No, one house. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was gonna. That whole thing about relationship though, I feel like there are two dynamics. The first one is the woman is in control of the whole thing because she's the one picking the men. There's gonna be many men applying.
Uncle Ejo, man.
Yeah, she'll be like, okay, when she's bored, she knows who to call to.
That's fine.
But the second dynamic is the
about that
relationship part.
dynamic.
I feel like once they get into a relationship, this is where the dynamic switches. From the women to the
people
men.
pick each
Oh,
other.
I think I get what he's
People
saying
absolutely
though.
pick each
No,
other.
that makes sense. What he's trying to say is when at the beginning it's the guy chasing.
Yeah, you chasing the
You
girl.
get but so the girl decides eventually oh, I will be your girlfriend. But once you are the girlfriend, it becomes they said you bait a fish you've caught. That's the question.
That's a very, very good
Does that make sense? Does that make sense? You bait a
idea.
fish you've caught.
Right.
That's the idea. So the
So
roles
the
get
catch
getting-
is better than the chase.
Don't
The
you think
chase
that's
is
where
better than the
girls?
catch.
Don't you think that's where girls sacrifice their relationship because now the chase is over?
No, one
You
thing
feel
that
comfortable.
see one thing that solves all one thing that solves all this problem.
Sorry.
Guys sacrifice their honor.
My bank account sacrifices a lot.
dignity,
My
whatever.
bank account sacrifices a lot. And that's my happiness. My bank account is directly
Take
tied
them
to
to
my happiness.
restaurants.
But when you're not inside the relationship, when the bait has been caught,
Then what? You pay now. You said, you pay now.
We are in
what are you
our
going
minds well.
No, one thing I would say
already
is,
posted.
What we should pick.
in the end, I think there's just one solution to everything, right? And I wouldn't agree about this stuff about you're saying, not even selfishness, it is date someone who likes you. Wait, not that. See, if you date someone who likes you, all these are non-issues, right? It's like, if I date someone who likes me, or someone I really like, right? The first thing is, I've seen all these things before I enter the relationship. If you like going to parties, right? As a normal person, I would believe what kind of at least above average smart, right? I've seen this stuff. I would judge on mine like, is this something I can deal with, right? And if it's something like I can't do, guy, just move on, right? And if I date someone that likes you or that you really like, when you have these conversations like, guy, this thing bothers me, it is, how can we solve it? Right? It's not an argument of, oh, I want to go to club with my boys, yada, yada, yada. She will come and tell you, I mean, it's fine to have a reservation about your boy going on the boys trip. It's fine. Like, it is, even me too, if a girl is, I'll be like, It's fine to have a reservation, and that's cool. Like, oh, you have a reservation about, I mean, especially that boy. I've seen him, and you give the person reassurances. Like, okay, guy, I will text you every 2 hours or every 1 hour, like, just to make you feel better. I mean, you get, if, no, it's not, no, you don't go on. Wait, so my point is date. I'm not saying every 2 hours, right? I'm just saying the idea is if you date someone that likes you, they will put effort. Like, all these things are non-issues. Yeah, and yes, and when you're making sacrifices, you're not thinking from the point of you're taking from me. It is I am giving to this to make it work. Like, it's not like, oh, you're taking this thing from me, you're taking my happiness away. It's more of like, I'm giving up this stuff because I really like you that much and I want it to work. So it's like, if I'm going to the club to party, it's like, and the other thing is, if I ask you to go with me, you're saying you're not going. You can't be mad about me then going, though. Right? It's...
Sure, sometimes like is not enough, sure, but let's end
it. Obviously. Money, please. Please make this money.
Yeah.
How that said, make money.